On TV, the criminals are often very intelligent. Some of them are so damn intelligent that it takes a genius like Sherlock Holmes to catch them. Uh, my impression is, in real life, the criminals are not very bright. So this is a story about an Iowa criminal. It's happened in my hometown. I lived kind of close to the edge of the town, and there was farms, small farms, just really close. You could just walk a few blocks and you'd be in cornfields. Well, not too far from where I lived, there was an old couple, and they don't have a farm, but they had some outbuildings, and they had like chickens and geese. I think they had a cow when I was a little kid. And as the town got bigger, it pushed out all around them, and the city got more strict about animals. They had to get rid of the cow, for example, and eventually they didn't have anything left but the chickens. I think maybe they might have had a goose. And so all the neighborhoods, we knew all about this old couple because we like to go over there and see the animals, chase the chickens around. And, the old couple often needed lawn work or, some kind of chore, and they'd hire us and give us ice cream. And so that was good. And there was a rumor that this old couple that they didn't really trust banks. They were so old-fashioned that they kept their money hidden in the house. And the amount of the money, oh man, people kept saying, more and more money. Maybe they had $100,000, and hidden in the house somewhere under a bed, maybe, or something like that. Well, one time there was a high school kid, and he'd actually worked for the old couple doing yard work, and he'd heard that rumor, and he was a criminal. I mean, I don't think anybody realized he was a criminal, but in his heart, he was a criminal. He went over there to their house, and he knocked on the door. He said it was really hot, and could he come in and get a drink? And of course, the old lady let him in. And once he was inside, he killed him. He killed that old couple. He stabbed them, I believe. And then he searched the house looking for that stash of money, that $100,000. And there was no stash of money. There was no suitcase of money. There was no basket of money. There was nothing under the beds except maybe some lint. And I think he found some old coins, and he found a little bit of money in the wallets of these old people. And what he did was, he thought, man, I got some money. I got like $40 or something like that. And so he called up a taxi. Yes, he did. He called up a taxi, and so the taxis in that town. I mean, there was only one taxi service, and they tended to go to the same places over and over. The few people that didn't drive, and they had never ever gone to this old couple's house. So it was a little bit unusual for the taxi driver. So he pulls up, and this kid runs out with wearing tennis shoes, and he jumps in the back seat, and the kid tells him where he wants to go, gives him the address, and so of course the taxi driver writes it down, and he drives the kid to his address, and he lets him off. So the next morning, the paper on the front page is full of this story. This nice old couple murdered in their own home, blood. Oh, it's just horrible. And the taxi driver realizes, oh my God, I went to that house. I picked up a kid. And then he remembers those tennis shoes. And the thing he remembers is it was sort of like there was blood on those tennis shoes. It was like red. There was some kind of something going on with those tennis shoes. And he noticed that. So, and of course, he's got the address. So he calls up the cops, and he tells them the whole story. And the cops, they go to the kid's house, and they knock on the door, and there's the kid, and there's the kid's mom. And they come in, and they look in that kid's bedroom, and they look in that kid's closet, and what do they find? Those blood spattered tennis shoes. So, that's the truth about criminals. Most of them, really, they're not that bright.